Okay. Good morning, or good evening if you guys are um in another part of the world. So today we're gonna be working on some more trench pilgrims, and this isn't the original batch I had built yesterday. So I actually the plan was I was supposed to paint these like the original batch yesterday, but for tomorrow's stream, or today's stream I mean, but I had kind of gotten like carried away, and I started just painting because I wanted to try out like what kind of color scheme I wanted to do, and I ended up going with this, which is like very olive drab, like color graded. Sorry, let me turn on the light so it's like even better seen. So a lot more color graded, and it's definitely like really dark, like in terms of like the color scheme, because I wanted to like really hammer home the sort of grim dark aesthetic that like you see in the art, and part of that was having that like olive ochre color grading onto the model, where it's like like I had originally like painted these like with like the original colors, and then I did a wash over to sort of like paint the model with this now greenish color you see here, to have like that sort of like grading that you see in the original art, but it's a little bit more like intense than I had anticipated, which I kind of like the result, but at the same time I also want to see a little bit more color come out of it. So maybe next learnings for the next models. Like, I'm in no ways a professional anyway, so I am okay with like how it turned out. So we have these are new models. The new freshly freshly printed and then primed, and then like built and primed. And this is the sort of lieutenant of the group. I forgot what they're called, the castigator or something like that. But he's supposed to be like sort of like commissar-esque in role, where he keeps the trench pilgrims in line. And of course we have more trench pilgrims now with like a little bit more weapon variation. I am not sure if I want to be doing melee in French Crusade yet, so I haven't printed or used the melee arms, but I did use some of these. Like, this is the Lewis gun, and I know that I probably won't be using it in this list, but it's just nice to have, to see, and to like maybe paint. Like, got a few submachine guns here. Submachine gun variants of the Pilgrims, in contrast to the running variant. This is the exact same pose but different in like weapon, and I've already painted this one. Yeah, and of course you got the standard rifle bearers, which is pretty good. I have like 5, so I think 5 is maybe a good number. I'm not so sure. We'll see how it goes. And of course you have to paint this as well. I haven't quite finished this one, but this is a modified model from the mercenaries. This is the war priest with the trench pilgrim helmet, to sort of simulate that he's one of the trench pilgrims, because I want to use him as like sort of a proxy to the war prophet. Yeah. And of course you haven't painted this big boy, the anchorite, and he is really massive, and like I'm still holding off on painting him till I get more practice down. So we're gonna have to like speed things up a bit here and catch up. So I have a bunch of paint that like I've set out. Like I've been testing, trying the different like paints I own that I haven't been using. So just to see how things are, and I've been a big fan of these. These are Arcus. These are Arcus quick shades, and the dystopian set has come in clutch for the grimdark aesthetic, and I am very happy with how it turned out. Of course, this is the one I use the most. This is the olive drab one. This is just from the regular quick shade. It's a more like they market it as sort of like a contrast-esque paint, but I think it's a little bit more like watery. So it's definitely in between like a shade, like it's definitely between a, what do you call it, a shade paint, which is like null oil. I keep forgetting what the classification. Wash. It's definitely between a wash and an ink, as far as I can tell. But they're perfect. Like they go in the airbrush really well, and there's no mixing needed. So we're gonna have the first step. We're gonna use olive drab on the airbrush. So we're gonna have to use this olive drab sort of color grade before we start painting, because we're gonna be using a lot of contrast paint. It's something I haven't been doing. Like I haven't been using a lot of contrast paint with most of my projects. It's only now that I'm actually using them, even though I have a bunch of them. Yep, there we go. And so that we just sort of hit this with the olive drab. And as you guys can see, like it stains even the black portions with the olive drab color, because you don't want to like have just pure black on the model. At least I don't want to, just because I want to keep that like sort of coloring happening. So there's a big difference now, like in comparison to the other Pilgrims. This one's like gotten that wash down, stained with that olive drab. Is camera wobbling? Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, it gets like wobbled by the vibrations of the airbrush, so we're gonna have to like, you know, kind of live with that for now. Like when I turn it on, like look, yeah, there's like little vibrations going on. Maybe if I tighten this, we can fix it. It's a lot more like felt. Sorry, there's a lot of shaking now. But yeah, it's a lot more felt if I, yeah, it's like it's just the micro vibrations of the airbrushing. Yeah, there we go. The idea is we're trying to influence that, like, sort of like the contrast, because the contrast paints tend to like show the underside, right? The undercoat. So you want to influence that, like paint. For example, like this. I have yet to like hit these guys with like sort of the filter stage. So I gotta hit them with a light spray of that olive. You want to hit these guys with like an olive drab. Oh, sorry. There we go. See, a lot more. These guys are a lot more like. You can still read the skin tone. It's still there. Like he's definitely light skinned, but you can also see that he is like like there's a little bit of, like affected by the light and environment. That's the kind of feel I want to go with. Like I really want to express that like sort of environment that they're in. And the best way to do that is to just stain the entire model with this like olive drab color, and then painting over with contrast paint. Besides the skin tones, I think the skin tones I painted with just regular old like layer paint. Yeah, hitting these guys with like that. So as you can see, like the white reads as it still reads as white, but you can see like it's stained over by that like olive. And I think the idea was like it's supposed to be like this like fog of war effect over the battlefield. Like it's adds to like the grim darkness of the setting, because a lot of like the not the Trans Pilgrim art, but the Antioch art that Mike Francina has done has a lot of like that yellow ochre olive element to it, and trying to get that like feel over to read across my models. I'm not too much of an expert on it. No, we're doing the anchor right now. Like it's definitely something I'm trying for the very first time. And I'm sure there's gonna be a lot more people who are a lot more like qualified than I am to talk about the subject. But I'm all about that experimentation. So let's drench this model. There we go. Yeah, and we gotta wait for these to dry, because you don't wanna like paint over these while they're wet. So right now I'm gonna have to like maximize my space here. I'm gonna use this is my wet palette, and then I'm gonna pull out the next contrast palette here. Because the problem with contrast paints is you can't really wet them, or else they sort of turn into regular old. They sort of turn into washes. And you will kind of want to use medium for them. So I'll have, but there are instances I've seen that people have used more than just washes for them. More than just they've just used water and that works for them. But yeah, right now I think we can start with some of these, I think. Well, these are dried enough. The airbrushes dry out pretty quickly, so we'll use the sort of basilicanum gray equivalent in higher paints. And let me just look for that here. Oh, there we go, machine gray for the pants. Yeah, the machine gray, yeah, and skull and bone claw, there we go. And they sort of like are this these colors that we need. We want to stay in the cape black, so basilicanum gray, perfect for that, or machine gray. Just gonna stay in this in the coloring. Don't overdo it. As long as it reads as like a dark garment, that does the trick already. You don't have to like completely change the color. There we go. Of course, the helmet. Or the capirote. I don't want the Pilgrims to have too much color on them, because I kind of want it to be like really just grim dark. And I've seen a lot of people like color them like really well. I kind of want to try my own thing, see what works. And so far, I think I can push this. Like, this is something I can like. I think I can like later down the line I'll learn better techniques or better coloring to like sort of improve this kind of style. But for now, we can make do with what we can. Sort of the idea here. I know that the helmets are supposedly metallics, but I didn't really want to push that like metallic onto it. I don't want to like color it like with the metallic paint. The guns I did, but not the capirote. I wanna kind of I kind of want to maintain that sort of like worn feeling. Hey Otavi, long time no see. Hello, welcome. Yeah. How have you been? Also, belated Happy New Year and belated Merry Christmas. Yeah, I'm painting, and it's very. They are like green army men at this point. Yeah, how have you been? Hope you've been doing well. I've been very sick in the new year, but we're okay now. Had a bunch of like outings. Really like, it was really fun. But I think I'm not as young as I used to be. Doing well, just living life. Hell yeah, that's what we want to hear. So far, colors are very like, don't mind my green hands. I know airbrushing can stain your hands. Eat lots of noodles for long life. Yeah! There's a lot of like pancit, which is Filipino noodles. Pancit Canton or pancit my favorite is pancit palabok, which is I don't know how to describe it. I don't even know how to make palabok, but it's this orange like noodle dish with like eggs and chicharron, and I don't know how to describe it. I don't know how to make it. Like, it's one of my favorite dishes, and I never really like bothered learning how to make it. Okay, we're gonna keep the painted ones for like that are done or for improvement PM here, because I'm going to have them mixed up and we're gonna lose a lot of progress. So we're gonna have to. But I'd rather make, but harder to make than canton. Yeah, the sauce is like a mystery. You know, I don't know what the sauce is made out of. Like, it has such a unique flavor that I can't discern the ingredients. I know there's some sort of shrimp in there. Maybe. I just remember, yeah, the calamansi, but the calamansi you put after the fact. Speaking of, like, I've been trying out to make all meat pasta. Like the meat pasta sauce, or it's meat sauce. And so far it goes so good. I just need to like adjust. Can you paint me? Hello Jabby, how's it going? Welcome, welcome. Can I paint you? I can paint on you. Does that count? I'm painting my Trench Crusade model. I forgot to give the disclaimer I've given yesterday, but like, if you guys are like very sensitive to like religious like to religious themes, either you're very religious or religion averse, I highly recommend like clicking away, because French Crusade definitely isn't for the faint of heart. I just bought another 5 Lorcana packs. Hell yeah! How's Lorcana, by the way? Like, it's something I am like. Speaking of averse, I am very Disney. I don't like having Disney products. I like Disney movies, but I don't like Disney everything else, I guess. It's not my thing. That's probably why I couldn't get into Lorcana. You like the art? Hell yeah! I think that's the best part. Like, for me, art is like the most important part of like a card game. Like, I definitely bling out like certain decks based on like if I like a certain like art, or even just build the whole deck just because I like a certain like art. Speaking of like art, the one of the artists for the game, Mike Francina, is one of the card artists for Magic the Gathering, and he's worked on a few Phyrexians, which is my favorite faction in Magic the Gathering. So, like, this is the models I'm painting are designed, or at least like concepted, by that artist, Mike Francina, and I am a big fan of his works. Very big on. He has a lot of like body horror, like art, where like they're winged creatures with teeth in their wings, you know, very flesh, like flesh in places where there isn't supposed to be flesh, kind of like, you know. Oh no, these paints like get so dry so fast, and it scares the. I feel it, like it triggers that Asian part of me where I don't really want to waste things too much. So these are called contrast paints, and these contrast paints like dry up way faster than regular paints. So I get really like upset when I use them, like because they really just like dry up so quickly, and there's a bunch of it that just gets wasted. I don't want to waste that too much. I want a full art enchanted Nani card. Or I'm assuming full arts are just like the ones in Magic, where they're the more expensive version. Like I have a lot of full art cards for my favorite card, Smothering Tithe, where the normal version is already 700 pesos, and I have a few cards where they're like 700 pesos. Like 700 pesos is like that's 700 pesos, like $14. But I have a lot of like $60-$70 versions of that card. At the Hawaiian server out there. Ah, Nani! Okay, yeah. It didn't ring the bell the first time. Lilo and Stitch, I see. Hawaiian. I got some chocolate from Hawaii thanks to one of my aunts who gave us chocolate for Christmas. Give this light smothering of soot color. These things are getting so dark. I need to maybe push them up a little in brightness, some of them. Oh, which ones? I can actually show you. It's right here. I think this is because I have a gift bag that I have yet to sort. This one. Mauna Loa Mountains. Chocolate covered in macadamia. I absolutely love like macadamias. I don't like chocolate too much. I love those. Oh hell yeah! Like okay, so like we got the Utami seal of approval. But yeah, like they were a gift for Christmas, and I have just passed it to Salty. Now we get the reject samples. Oh, that's so good! Like the best kind of chocolate are the ones that are free, especially when it's good, free good chocolate. Do you still get the reject samples now? I would still love to like get like free reject samples. Like I remember my dad has a lot of like seminars for factories. So like they would give him, like he would ask for, like my dad's in the anti-drug business, you know, he's a cop. So like he used to like go to like factories, right, because he's a teacher and he teaches like anti-drugs or something like that. And he would like be given like the old stock that factories have, like they're usually food factories, you know. So like we would get a lot of like coffee jelly, so coffee jelly, bread, what else, like ensaimada, which is more bread, but like yeah, they were like really cool. Like they were like, I don't know, 2 or 3 months from expiring or something, but it's still pretty good. My dad even got some like fresh from the factory, like coffee jelly gulaman, which is like their jelly products. And like you can tell they were fresh from the factory because the box was hot. Like it was like these were just cooked and put into a jar hot. Like when he came back, and he had like six big boxes. They were like, I'm doing it like a hand gesture, but I don't think you guys can see on camera how big it is. But damn, I think that's what developed my love for free things. These models are like really, I don't know, I found these things really cool. I don't know why I've been like, I feel like I feel like I'm retired. That's what I'm feeling right now. Like I feel like I just retired, like because of the kind of hobbies I'm in. I have been painting, like just painting miniatures on a desk. That's the kind of fun I've been having, and I enjoy it. I enjoy it a lot, and I don't know why that is. Field trips in the factory, field trips going to the factories is so nice. We grab as much as we can. I never got that. We never got freebies. We got a little bit of freebies, but we never really got like, oh yeah, here you guys go, just grab as much as you want. Like it's just, they give you like maybe 1 or 2 things, and they're like, yeah, go ahead. And then like they sell you bread, but it's not even discounted, as I realized, because it was like stamped for 99 pesos or something. And like when you go to the grocery, it's like 99 pesos. So it was like, damn, like we bought straight from the factory, but it wasn't discounted. That's kind of a ripoff. Man. But yeah, I'm like, I don't know, I've been spending a lot of time just painting. It's something I want to get good at, not gonna lie. Like, it's something I genuinely think that I would have a lot of fun, like, just taking the time to, like, learn the process of painting and getting good at, like, miniature painting. It's kind of probably stems from, like, when I started miniature painting, when I got my first job, because I used to look at, like, Warhammer a lot, like, when I was in high school, but I could never really afford it. I grew up in a lower middle class family. I couldn't really afford, like, luxuries, just because, like, we had, like, you know, we had, like, spent most of our, like, my family's incomes usually goes to our schooling. So getting cool shit was off the table. And, you know, like, I think when I got older and, like, had a job, I just decided, hey, yeah, let's just get let's just try it out. Let's see what happens. And I think that was, like, when I graduated 2018. I graduated 2018. I got a job, and yeah, like, I think that's when I started, like, buying, like, little plastic men, and it's been hella fun ever since. Like, ever since I've been, like, I've been on and off with painting. Because of how, you know, life just gets in the way, I guess. It's something I really enjoy, and I want to, like, pursue it in the long term, now that I have a little bit more time. These things read well. They don't really read well, I think, but it's okay. We'll fix that in post. Yes. Weird. The color doesn't. I don't know. These turned out a lot darker than my previous batch, so I think I screwed up somewhere. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But they're definitely a lot darker than, like, the previous batch. Like, these are, like, not the same. In terms of, like, color, I don't know what happened, but we can figure it out. We'll figure it out. I think I need to spray these with one more coat of, like, maybe more white ink after the fact, just to push the colors up higher a bit, like the lighting up higher a bit. Who knows? Really going by trial and error here for the majority of my, like, works. I think that's the beauty of like art in general. It's just trial and error. So keep going. But oh. I need some coffee, holy shit. I'm starting to like be dependent on caffeine again. No. But yeah, like these French pilgrims, that's what they're called, are turning out pretty okay, I think. Not too, like, I'm not super happy with them. I can live with them. Like they're in an okay hand at the moment. Not super good. Well, I think they're okay. I can do some like, maybe do some like, some color experimenting. We'll trying out some different things. But all in all, I'm pretty happy with most of these. But I don't think I can like really push them without ruining them, because of how much like color or paint like they have. So far, I think they read okay. They aren't like reading terribly. So these things starting to like, yeah, this is starting to look pretty nice. I want to push it like a little further. I run the risk of ruining it. It's kind of not great. But at the same time, they're like, you can just print these and they should be fine. Mm-hmm. I'm actually quite curious if I have like grade over, not not Lanka, but like something like old robe. I wonder how it'll affect the manga. What possibly affect it negatively, not so sure. But right now, do I want to risk it? Not really, so. I'm gonna use Superhuman Red. See how that turns out for this. Like, I want him to like have that like brilliant red like Inquisition, like Spanish Inquisition, like robes. That's sort of the aesthetic I'm looking for. Yeah, that goes. Oh yeah, I think that looks pretty okay. Like, really pushing. Yeah, there we go. Nice. It's not so bad. It's like Reveal-esque. Kind of ruined it, but that's okay. All red and black for this one. I need him to like sort of that. Dark armor feel. Hmm. Ah. Let's see here. Seductive flesh, which is a brown. Over at the bags. See how that goes. Fire brush. Oh yeah, let's see. Looking out pretty okay. Now we need to paint over the skin tones. It's gonna sound a little loud. Don't worry about it. I'm just mixing paint. Definitely. This thing is definitely like separated after all these like after all the time like spent on my shelf. Yeah, this is a dark skin tone. We're using leather brown. Want our pilgrims to be coming from all walks of life. Oh shit. Drop the model. Keep dropping the model for some reason. Thankfully this is painted on good quality resin. There we go. Got that. Painted and nice. Nicely painted. Nice. Very nice. It's I don't know what happened. I think these guys turned out a lot darker than my original batch. These, like, they're very different. I think I need to do some correcting. And one way to do that is like just give it a minute. Sorry, it's just shaking. There we go. I need to do some correcting on the colors here. We're gonna take some ink, white ink. This is a bluish white. Drop some on the brush. Airbrush. Okay. So here we go. I'm gonna like do this. Very intense highlights. Also, we're gonna redo some stuff. That's the idea. I don't know why I'm struggling so much. Well, I had this practice. I think I missed something. I most likely missed something. Most likely missed something. Yeah, definitely missed something here. There we go. Like cleaning out the airbrush right now. Maybe some plugs here. That will solve a little issue. Wait for it to dry a little bit, and then we're gonna hit it with another olive drab, and then see how that goes. Oh, this Arcus olive drab. See how that goes. See how. See how colors translate here. Okay. I don't know what went wrong, but we're gonna have to wait. Oh, we forgot about this guy. We're gonna have to wait. Maybe a little nervous because I have these done like pretty well. Like this is the ideal like kind of result I'm looking for, but I am not like doing that. For some reason it's not happening. left it again. I may have to set this one over, like just mull it over, like over time. Because right now I'm like clueless on what step I'm missing to like achieve some sort of similar result as I did yesterday. But yeah, I think for now, I think now is a good stopping point. Maybe. But yes, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys like the stream. Hit that follow button if you're on Twitch. If you want to see more of my Twitch content, and if you're on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. And I will catch you guys next time. Otsu gang! Yippee!